I still remember the sound of the water shutting off. It felt louder than it should have, like the house itself noticed. Steam drifted out of the bathroom, warm and thick. And for a second I just stood there, holding my breath, because something inside me already knew this moment would split my life in two. My hands were shaking, not from anger, but from a tired fear I had been carrying for months without a name. When she stepped out of the shower, wrapped in a towel, her hair dripping onto the floor, I heard my own voice ask, calm and broken at the same time, "How long has this been going on?" The words surprised me too. She froze, completely still, not a flinch, not a blink, just silence, and in that silence, everything I loved started to fall apart. Please stay with me till the end, because what happened after that question still lives inside me every day, and I've never said it out loud like this before. She didn't look at me at first. Her eyes stayed fixed on the mirror, like she was staring at someone else. I could see her chest rising and falling, fast and shallow. A drop of water slid down her arm and hit the floor, and I remember focusing on that tiny sound because it felt safer than looking at her face. My heart was pounding so hard I thought she must hear it. I waited for her to laugh, to say I was being silly, to ask what I meant, but she didn't. She just stood there, frozen. And that stillness told me more than any words ever could. My mind went back to all the small moments I had ignored, the way she started locking her phone, the way she smiled at messages and then quickly wiped that smile away when she saw me, the late showers, the long ones, where the water ran and ran, like she was washing something off her skin that wasn't dirt. I had told myself I was imagining things. I wanted to believe love was stronger than doubt. Standing there, watching her grip the towel tighter around her body, I realized I had been lying to myself for a long time. I asked again, softer this time, because my throat was closing up. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't step closer. I just needed to hear something. Anything. She swallowed hard, and I saw her shoulders drop, like she had been holding a heavy weight for too long, and finally let it fall. She turned to face me then, and I saw fear in her eyes, not anger, not surprise, fear. That was the moment my chest started to ache in a way I had never felt before. "I didn't mean for it to happen," she whispered. Her voice cracked, and she looked down at the floor like a child caught doing something wrong. Those words didn't answer my question, but they still hurt more than a straight answer would have. I felt numb. My body was there, but my mind felt far away, like I was watching this scene from outside myself. I leaned against the wall because my legs suddenly felt weak. I asked her how long, again. This time, it felt like begging. She closed her eyes, and when she opened them, they were wet. "A few months," she said. Just 3 words. They landed on me like stones. A few months, while we ate dinner together, while we laughed at stupid shows, while she kissed me goodnight. A few months of lies wrapped inside normal days. I slid down the wall and sat on the cold floor. I didn't care that the tiles were wet or that my clothes were soaking through. I stared at my hands because I didn't trust myself to look at her. My hands looked the same as always, but they felt useless, like they had failed at holding on to something important. She took a step toward me, then stopped, like she wasn't sure she was allowed to come closer anymore. That distance between us felt wider than the room. She started talking then, not all at once, in pieces, broken sentences. She said it started as conversations, that she felt lonely, that she didn't plan for it to turn into more. Each excuse felt like a small cut, not deep enough to kill me, but enough to make me bleed slowly. I didn't interrupt her. I couldn't. My mouth wouldn't move. I just listened, nodding sometimes, not because I agreed, but because my body didn't know what else to do. I remember thinking about the day we promised forever. How sure we both sounded. How simple it felt back then. Love was easy when we were younger. We thought choosing each other once was enough. Sitting there on the bathroom floor, I understood how wrong that was. Love needs attention. It needs honesty. It needs courage. Somewhere along the way, we both stopped being brave. She knelt down in front of me, still holding the towel tight, like it was armor. She reached for my hand, then pulled back, her fingers curling into her palm. "I'm sorry," she said. I wanted to scream. I wanted to ask how sorry could fix this. But instead, I felt this deep, quiet sadness settle in my chest. Sorry didn't give me back the nights I trusted her. Sorry didn't erase the images forming in my head that I couldn't stop, no matter how hard I tried. The room felt smaller. The air felt heavy. I could hear the drip of the shower, over and over, like a countdown. I asked her if she loved me. The words came out before I could stop them. She hesitated, just for a second, but that second was enough. "I do," she said, but her voice wasn't steady. I nodded slowly, pretending that answer meant something clear. Inside, everything felt confused. How could love exist alongside this much hurt? We sat there for a long time. Neither of us moved. Neither of us cried loudly. It was worse than that. It was quiet, the kind of quiet that sinks into your bones. I thought about leaving. I thought about staying. I thought about all the plans we had made and how fragile they suddenly seemed. I realized that no matter what choice I made next, something precious was already gone. Eventually, she stood up and wrapped herself in a robe. The towel dropped to the floor, forgotten. That small detail stayed with me, because it felt symbolic, like the last layer of comfort falling away. She asked what I wanted to do. I didn't answer right away. I needed time to feel everything without rushing to a decision I might regret. My heart felt bruised, tender to the slightest touch. That night, we slept on opposite sides of the bed, inches apart but worlds away. I stared at the ceiling, listening to her breathing, wondering which breaths had been honest and which had been shared with someone else. I didn't sleep much. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw her frozen in that doorway, water dripping, truth finally exposed. In the days that followed, life kept moving, even though I felt stuck. We talked, we cried, we sat in silence. Some moments felt hopeful, others felt impossible. Trust doesn't break loudly, it breaks quietly, and putting it back together hurts more than the break itself. I learned that love after betrayal is different. It's heavier. It asks more questions. It never feels as safe as it once did. Even now, I still think about that moment, about the question that changed everything, about the way she froze. It taught me that sometimes the truth doesn't come with drama or shouting. Sometimes it comes with silence, and that silence can be the loudest thing you ever hear. If this story touched something inside you, please like, comment, or subscribe.